I've been thinking the entire time, like, what does he stand to gain from this? I don't.
Yeah,
like,
this is all. This is.
He's like, yes!
like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
She showed me her feet! Great. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the final episode of Talk Dragon to Me for this season. It has been 10 episodes of pure exhilarating drama and soap opera goodness. Goody goodness. I'm pretty happy with how these last two episodes came about. What do you guys think?
Yeah, man. It was a great dichotomy between the episode with
Allison.
Oh no.
An entire season.
Yeah. You know, I was excited to start this episode being like, I know all their names. It's just from jump. It's like, oh damn. But yeah, Allison, yeah. To see Allison and her centered episode of having to basically declare her son as the rightful king, and then just all the fuckery that ensues with that of Otto basically trying to be the Shadow King, and
the Dick Cheney to the George Bush, as they say.
Yeah,
oh boy.
But also just the Dick. Yeah, high key, he is the Dick Cheney.
He's trying real hard. He's trying real hard. Yeah.
He's trying really hard to be his best Papa King, and just not quite there.
Adam McKay's gonna make a Vice-style movie with Otto Hightower.
Yo, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the killers. Who's man? Who's man?
Get Christian Bale again, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Put him
I'd believe it. I would.
I'd love to see it. That'd be awesome. But yeah, no. That whole episode was. I just loved it. I loved the pacing of it. I thought it generally flowed really, really well. I thought all the characters were just building anticipation for the last episode, which I think they knocked out the park. I was because it's been a long time since I've even watching the show. It's been getting better and better, but it's been a while since I've been left jawstruck.
Yeah.
And oh boy, the end of this season was just like, oh. It's like, are you for real? Yeah. No, I loved it. I loved the build up for all of this. I thought these two episodes were genuinely great. I really think they could have done like a 2-hour movie potentially, but I think it's great that they separated it into 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'm happy that they stayed with that kind of formula.
Yeah, it feels like the end of Game of Thrones too, like season 1. Like when Ned dies, you're just like, what is the show?
Right.
Yeah,
what is the show actually? Like now it's starting.
No one is safe.
For real.
No one.
Yeah.
It's like it just changes the course for the rest of the show too, and that's what this feels like now. It's like, especially with like 9 and 10, like seeing the sides of the greens and seeing the sides of the black. Like, it's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like
everyone can get it.
Exactly, yeah. Everyone's struggling and no one's okay. Otto's a dick. Damon's a dick, Like,
yo, I was vibing with Damon, and then this episode happened. I was like, bro, you need to calm down.
No.
I think he was just like, yo, why are you trying
the
to
writers had to bring
life?
it back, They're like, no, you don't understand. He's still a sociopath.
Yeah. He likes killing people. Yeah, 100%.
Exactly. And it's cool to see that snap again, too, because, like, you got to see, like, his tender side and everything, but right when the question starts of, like, who is going to gain power, he's like, no, we need to do this. Like,
right.
You're going to lose everything. And it's not because he loves Rhaenyra. Like, obviously he cares for her in his own way, but what he's doing now is for his own, like, fulfillment, And that was just crazy to see. And that's where it shows, too. Like, Alicent and Rhaenyra are the same, dude. Like, they're both getting, like, controlled by other men, like Otto and Daemon. Like
the men around them.
Exactly, and that's like the whole season. That's what it's about. Yeah. And oh my god, dude, Rhaenyra's arc in the last episode, like losing 2 kids in 1 episode, and it like mirrors the first episode too, with like her mom with the stillbirth, and then the mom dying too. It's fucking poetry. Like the last 2 episodes are amazing.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely fantastic. And even in episode 9, you do feel genuinely sympathetic for Alicent. In the sense of she's really in between a rock and a hard place. Of like you get times where she genuinely doesn't want to do this, but because this is something that's thrust onto her by a man, and then her father is trying to make sure that things work in his best interest
Right.
to mitigate it as best as possible. It's like, okay, my son is going to be king, but I do have to mend the relationship to the best of our abilities with Rhaenyra. But in actuality, it's like that was never going to happen.
No.
It's like
No.
it doesn't matter what you do, you stole the throne. That's just ultimately what it is. And
I do like the fact that they actually took their time with that, though, because they could have very easily skipped over that part, had somebody come onto the island and like try and kill Rhaenyra, right? They could have gone that route, but the fact of the matter that they actually tried some form of diplomatic solution to the problem, I thought was quite interesting, because you're typically not going to see that in like a TV show. They're going to skim over that, especially over in a film. The diplomatic aspect to it, I thought, was really interesting, especially with that scene with Otto and Damien, where it kind of mirrored itself from the beginning of the season, where Rhaenyra comes by and saves the realm once again by landing her dragon on the bridge, right? But this time it felt so different, and you really see the power that she has, whereas before it was like she's just going to stay on the dragon and like not go anywhere. But now she's like, I'm going to get off the dragon. I'm not only that, I'm going to walk between all these motherfuckers who want to kill me, right?
Yeah.
And
Did you notice though, like they cut the scene of her getting off the dragon?
Yeah,
because I was like, how's she gonna get off that? Comes from the side of the screen.
The entire time, I'm like, this is a narrow bridge, bro. How are you getting off? And they're just like, nah.
We're not even gonna worry about it.
Hey man, it's hard enough showing them like get on the damn thing, so like having them like just cut around it, I was like, all right, fine, that's okay.
Like, sure.
I'll swallow it.
Still fire.
Yeah, absolutely. It is literally fire. Yeah. I do. Going back to like the whole Rhaenyra and Alicent dynamic. She. What's interesting is that both the actors, when they said, "Hey, like, what would you do if you were like actually in Game of Thrones? Like, what do you think is the biggest problem?" And they were both like, too many men. There's way too many men, So, and it's true, because like this season is like about like male ambition, right? And the fact that like, and it's across the board in every single aspect, and every single like major male character. There's this discussion of like their ambitions, their life goals, right? And like how they'll do anything that they can just to be able to get that. So, I think it's really interesting that like they are both kind of trapped in their own individual bird cages. With that said, I would say Alicent is still on the weaker claim, just because her ground for usurping the throne. She ain't got nothing.
He was dying.
Exactly.
He was loopy as hell.
He can be saying fucking anything.
He's on Milk of the Poppy. He ain't even in the fucking universe right now.
It's just crazy to me, because even watching that, I'm just like, that's a wild leap you're taking of assuming like, he definitely wants my son on the throne. He's like, yo, he's been saying 4 years that it has
decades.
to be his daughter.
Yeah.
For like literally decades.
And like you don't
all,
think he's talking about Aegon the Conqueror? Like why is like I don't know, like that's obviously what he's talking about.
Yeah,
right.
Clearly.
And you're like, you're telling me my son, who like is a terrible person, is in like a brothel. He must be king? What?
Not even that he sucks, because he does, but also like the son who clearly doesn't want to be king.
Right.
Yeah.
The motherfucker is so adamantly not about it. Like what?
Viserys is oblivious, but I choose to believe he's oblivious by choice.
Yes.
Like he knows what's happening, he just doesn't want to be a part of it.
He's like, I'm old, I'm missing an eyeball.
Either.
I'm out of here. I don't really give a fuck.
Why would his dying wish be that? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. So
No, it doesn't.
like Alicent, you're definitely wilding. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I did.
You see the regret too that she has, because like she wanted to bring it up, but like the way Otto just took that and like ran with it.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, I'm now declaring for the realm.
So casually.
Yeah.
Someone needs to stop that too.
I don't know what's going on, but like these unhinged men, bro. Like it's just casually killing people. It's like Damien slept like slicing the Valerian brother's head off.
Oh yeah.
Crispin literally killing one of the members of the table. It's like, yo, what's up with y'all? Like,
y'all got some temper issues. You need to seek some therapy, okay? Because y'all got some issues. But I did like in this in the episode 9. it kind of felt like a rat race where like there's like where is Aegon, right? And like who's ultimately going to have a little bit more of like who's going to be the first one to talk to him with the fact knowing that he's going to be king now, right? Because I feel like it was interesting if I feel like if they had actually expanded this one season into like 2 or 3 seasons, I feel like they would have spent more time with Otto really planning and talking with Aegon or Aemond. Aegon? Yeah, Aegon.
Aemond, the eye patch dude?
Aemond is eye patch, Aegon is the king.
Yeah.
Yes. Too many A's in this whole series. A lot of A's.
Yeah.
But I feel like that might be like a small plot hole just in the grand scheme of things. Like I feel like Otto Hightower is conniving enough that he would actually be able to like, you know, think far enough ahead, being like, hey, I'm trying to usurp the throne from these people. Who's gonna take it? This guy. All right, I'm gonna hang around him and make sure he's good to go. You know, it's.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a little short-sightedness on his end of things because they were all trying to like figure out what to do with it. You know, at the end of the day. But
yeah, I mean that would have made sense for his character for sure. Just like being able to expand on that.
You're talking about with Hightower?
Otto Hightower, how like because like there was this rat race to like between Alicent and Otto, right? Otto brings in the Erickson twins, right? And they have a really great dynamic as well in this episode, or in episode 9, where they like you begin to see how even like at a familial level there is a divergence within the ideology of like what to do with this power vacuum that's developing, right? How this pulse.
Because it's a sense of duty. It's like you already swore fealty to the original heir to the throne, and now this thing just happened and threw a wrench.
You're just gonna believe the dying words of the woman who wants to take the throne for 50 years? No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, it makes sense. I think with Otto, what I liked about him this episode. Well, not that I hated this, but I liked how it's just fully like masked off now. Where it's just like nah, because I personally feel like they did at least a pretty decent job of like I can't tell whether he's in it solely for himself or he does actually care about the king.
Yeah.
But in this episode, it's like, nah, you have been planning this. For how long?
He's been waiting for this day.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you didn't give a fuck about this guy. He's like, you've been plotting this for forever. It seems like.
Yeah.
No, it truly showcased that you can't trust anyone in this circumstance because anybody and everybody wants the throne. It could be your own family. It's most likely your own family, if anything. Yeah, and it was just. I really thought that was great, and just showcased that like you really just don't want this guy in your court. You don't want this guy in your corner. So that whole argument I wouldn't say it's an argument, but that whole scene where Alicent basically puts him in his place of like nigga, like we're doing things my way. He's like it added.
I wish that she had that power to do that with Strong, Clubfoot, as they say in the book, I believe. The guy, foot fetish guy. It's like I wish she. I think she's just more afraid of him than she is like than anything else. Like she's just worried that he's like
after that first scene where like he got everyone to like burn, you know, like,
his own brother and
basically 100%.
Yeah, she's like, you want me to take my shoes off? Fine, I get some information. Here's my shoe. Here's my feet. That was such.
I think she just knows that he's powerful. He has like people in all the right places, and like even though she's afraid of him, like they have this mutual understanding.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's show him my feet or lose power.
Can we talk about that a little bit? Because I've been thinking the entire time, like, what does he stand to gain from this? I don't.
He's
like, yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
just show me your feet.
It's like first off, dog. It's like, well, you're nasty, but also that's what this is all about. You just want to see your feet, dog.
Yeah.
You don't want anything else. You're weird.
So true, dude.
It's like
that is where we end with this character. This is what he wants.
I'm down to murder my dad and brother as long as I get to see these feats.
Yeah.
It's like, that's fucking gross. That's really
hilarious.
So creepy. It's so creepy. Like I love how they kind of like clue you into it. Like they kind of walk you through it because they have a shot of his feet as he's walking up, and you see that it's like a club foot, right? So like it's already like cluing you in, and then she starts taking off her shoes, and it's like,
well, what's happening here?
That seems a little relaxed for an ancient time kind of thing to do. I don't know. Like, this ain't a modern person. Yeah. This is a person who is. Everybody wears dresses and kilts. Okay, no, that's you keep your shoes on when you're inside. You know. I don't know.
Yeah, but even that though, like, attests to the writing, dude. Like, even his fetish makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like to
Dude,
that degree,
does.
that's great.
It does.
It
does.
Yeah. They have been alluding to this for a while. I just wasn't peeping. I didn't peep game. It's like, yeah, of course you have a foot fetish. Of course, that's the thing you like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very Quentin Tarantino-esque. And, yeah, 100%.
I feel like it was that moment, and then there's a beast beneath the floors. There's a beast beneath the floors, as like they all get into like the dragon arena. And there's like the big ceremony, and Otto Hightower's like, and here's the king, right? And then everything just like absolutely goes to shit, right? And like the dragon comes through the floor, and it's just panic and pandemonium, and peasants getting murked just for being there and told to go there while they were just trying to live their life, you know?
Dude, I love that shot though, especially compared to episode 10, like the shot of Aemon being king, and there's like thousands of people in the halls, and then when they crown Rhaenyra as queen, there's like 12 people.
Like 12.
It's like, wow.
Like the contrast though was awesome. Like these two episodes go hand in hand perfectly.
No,
they're beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally they. Yeah, the dichotomy between the two is the imagery is so poetic. Yeah, because you could tell even when Aegon was crowned, everyone was just confused. Everyone was just like,
yeah.
Okay.
Like, of course everyone's gonna be there. They got nothing else going on. They're like,
you know what I mean?
Event, you know?
Hey, I ain't got shit going on my day. Like,
And then they died.
Literally. It was like, whoa, I didn't sign up for this.
Dude.
Yeah.
But I also really liked how I forgot her name.
Rhaenys.
Rhaenys, yeah. I love how she didn't kill them. Like usually that's always such a thing in like movies. Oh, why didn't you like end it there or anything? But that's never been in her character. Like, if she can maintain the peace, like she will.
Right.
And like she's held on for so long that the show starts with her too, literally not doing anything about it because first of all she can't. She doesn't have the power to. But I don't know. Just she feels it. She feels like such a defeated character that's like tragic. Like at this point, like she was locked in the room when like they were planning all this shit. You know.
Yeah. She always came across as a character that's tired, you know, like she perfectly understands the game, but she's also just like, why play it? Because you as a woman are always going to be playing for the benefit of another man.
Yeah, and I love her dynamic with Rhaenyra too. Like, of course she held some resentment for her when she was a kid, you know, but now she's like learning to like they're just like each other, dude. That's fucking beautiful.
They're the same.
Two peas in a pod. And I do like her character aspect where it's like. She's not going to like kill. She could have just like if she was fully invested on Rhaenyra's side, boom, there it is. That's the end of the story. But the fact of the matter is that the Hightowers were saying, we're pretty much telling her either you side with us or I'm throwing you in the dungeon, right? Whereas Rhaenyra contrast when Rhaenys ultimately lands on Dragonstone, right? There's this moment where it's like, we hope that you can like join our side. We would love it if you were on our side. To have that dichotomy, I think is the thing that ultimately pushes Rhaenys to be on Rhaenyra's side, right? But I do think that's a huge moment of control for her because she could have very easily just like, there you go, Hightowers are done. Roll the credits.
Yeah. Because you also have to take into account though, she just didn't want to really be involved in this.
Yeah.
But by default, she knows that, especially when she talks to her husband, she's fully aware, our daughters, our granddaughters, are gonna potentially get killed because of the lineage.
Right.
Therefore, the only way that we can live in peace is if we go to war. It's again, she's just fully aware of the consequences. Because the fact that Corlys, I think his name is
Corlys,
Valerian.
Sure.
Corlys, yeah.
Her husband, right?
Yeah, her husband.
Yeah.
The fact that he finally learns the lesson of Game of Thrones, like the theme of just like, this hearty desire of trying to get the throne is just gonna leave you empty. Like, let's not do it. And she's the one who's just like, nah, actually, you can't give up yet. Like, we gotta do it because in actuality, we've already hit the point of no return.
Yeah. Like honestly, it feels like she gained her next arc now. Like being defeated for this long, but now it feels like her character has a purpose again. And once again, that's like you see that taken away in the first episode, and it comes back in this one. Like the whole show is changing now, and it's cool to see like all the characters, like you said, like Otto Hightower's, his mask is off. Like everyone has new goals, new purpose, and like the war's about to begin. Like cool.
the setup is beautiful, and you know, like Otto and Damien are just one and the same at this point. It's always been like that since episode 1. It's like I think it was episode 1 or episode 2 when they're on the bridge, like mirroring this episode.
They're two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, because the only difference is that Otto is a snake and like Damien is a bastard. Like, he's just gonna openly choke you out and be like, "Nah, how dare you!" Like
that scene was so tough.
Yeah.
That was such a tough scene to watch. I was like, damn,
dude.
bro.
And like the thing is, dude, like you see, like after he lets go, like he has that Matt Smith fucking tremendous actor. Like, you see all those range of emotions. You see regret, but you see hatred. Like his rage is just it's coming back again. Like he can't control this anger, this rage, this sense of duty he thinks he has for himself. Like he could have been peaceful with the family, but that's gone again. Like that's out the window.
Yeah, he's no longer part of the family. Like that thing is severed at this point.
I do like how Rhaenyra handled him in that situation because like she could have been like shocked and like abhorrent by like his actions of like choking her, but the fact that she was able to like dismantle his argument and dismantle like him and like take him off foot by her. I think she was like he never told you, and like just by saying that simple bit, she regains control of the situation, right? And he obviously ends up walking away, going to do some other assignment for Corlys to come into the next scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that whole scene, and also I think about that, right? Where it's just, the thing is with Damien that that scene really highlighted to me is, to a certain extent, he always just wanted his brother to acknowledge him, right? He always wanted Viserys to see him. But even still, he wanted that bond. He just didn't know how to do it. So that line hits different, where it's like, oh, he never told you. Like he never trusted you enough to tell you about this secret.
The secret.
Where it's the big secret, which I'm sure is like, that's because I think about that and it's like you choking her out is an extreme overreaction. But like if you feel like she was told something that you deserved as the brother, it makes more sense. So like it's a bit of jealousy to a certain extent. It's
wait, like, so is the secret just the prophecy though?
Yeah.
Okay. But is it? Like, don't people just know that though? Like I was assuming that like most people knew that.
I don't think it's known.
And that at least at this point, it's not.
Why would Alicent be? You know, like Alicent would know that this is a Targaryen secret, right? It's just like a Targaryen, like folklore at a certain point. So the fact that she didn't know and just assumed, oh, you're talking about my son, it's like, I don't know. That's the only way I can probably make sense of it. I don't think it's a known. I don't think it's a known thing. I think this actually is just like something passed down from the Targaryens of royalty. You know.
Interesting. Okay, that's what I was kind of confused about. I thought it was just a story. You know.
Like it's a sick story, bro. Sick story. I'm gonna go here.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. The way it's talked about, it does seem like it's a story, but I don't know. Like, especially since, like, he only told Rhaenyra in secret, like,
yeah.
It implies, like, okay, this is not something you should just be telling people.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But, yeah. Also, I guess getting to that point, or getting to this next point, I really did like to see the sons of Rhaenyra step up in this episode. Like that was just cool to see. Like,
oh, he tried.
He did.
He definitely tried.
He did his best.
He stepped up and got shot down, bro.
Woo!
Yeah, that was rough, bro.
Jesus Christ, man.
It's of course it's the kid that's like shitting his pants about it too. What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, you just never know. Aemon was just there, dude. And like, dude, that's the thing too. Like, he wanted to fuck with him, but he didn't want to kill him. And like,
Yeah.
you see that regret. He's like, shit. Like, it's gonna be all my fault.
Yeah.
Like everything that's gonna happen now is gonna be 100 times worse.
Yeah.
Because he knows what that means now. Because it's like, all right, he's not aware that they're preparing for like defending themselves or going to war or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like killing their son, it's like, nah, there's never going to be peace.
There's not even a piece of him. He's completely swallowed into that damn thing's mouth. Like there was a wing and a foot.
Dude, ripped in half.
Boom!
Dude, what a scene! Like literally, I was my jaw dropped. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, because I was expecting it to be like, okay, it's gonna be another chase scene because of course it's too tranquil. Nah, he's dead.
Dude, the tension too. Like when they were flying, I'm like, oh, he's behind him, isn't he? Just the train, that shadow, like that's so well done, dude.
Yeah.
And the rain with the dragons and everything, just like
So beautiful.
I loved it when he landed.
That looks that good.
When he landed and then like he looks over and there's just like Vhagar just like chilling over there, like you know, over in the side. I was like,
also again, dude, when he's throw Vhagar as a kid, you don't realize how fucking huge this dragon
is. I think that's one thing that they did really well with this. They did a really good job.
Like the Blacks have like 13 dragons and then they have 3, but like, dude, Vhagar counts.
Vhagar, he's like 5. He's at least 5.
That's 20. That's
like, you gotta bring that up, David. Come on, I thought you were smarter than that.
God damn.
Just casually talking about this.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing they did really well with that chase scene is that they really showed you like, okay, you have this tiny little dragon and a person on it. Now I'm gonna have him fly over the top of this guy, right? And you just see how long it takes for that body just to not be in frame anymore. You're like, oh damn, you're dead, dude. You are so fucking dead.
The scaling of that scene was massive. Where it's like, no, there's no escaping. Like, and if
dude,
you
I love how they both lost control too.
It's
they never
shit show.
Yeah, because I mean, this kid is just like you can tell when he's fighting his brothers, like he's not really built for this. Mm-hmm. And Aemon is as badass as he's trying to be.
It's Vhagar. It's a gigantic dragon.
You know what I mean? It's like, and also it's not your dragon. Yeah. It's like you claimed it, but like, dude, this isn't yours.
Yeah.
I hope that's something that comes up like later too. Yeah. Just like the loss of control, and it's like I think that's like a really like sick theme in this though. It's like what is your duty versus like who you actually are. You know, it's like finding that. It's like, do you deserve this dragon? You did. You just stole it one night. You know, like.
I loved his entrance, especially with his eye patch. You know, when he like takes it off and there's like a blue gem in his eye. I was like,
sick.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Like you're just so badass.
Where did they find this dude?
I don't know, dude. He's whack, man.
He's killing it. Like,
he is, yeah.
But then I think about it, and I'm like, yo, why didn't you give that to Viserys?
Nah. Damn.
Like, why didn't you give him the blue eye? Why does he just have an empty socket? That's nasty.
Throwing him in something, man. Like, he was looking rough.
It was mad awful, bro.
Sorry,
so
buddy.
Like, yo, give him some drip. But
what I think this season does a really good job, though, I guess, kind of like overall, is that it does a really good job of like setting those small little incremental pieces, right? The little pushes and nudges that get you to closer and closer to war, right? And what's great about this final episode is that even when it's like your throne has been usurped, we need to gather our allies, we need to get people on our side and everything, when they're trying to figure out a diplomatic solution to the problem, right? Even when that happens, they're still trying to like find a solution. But now what's great about this is that it's the end of the season, right? And all gloves are off. The look on Rhaenyra's face, and gotta hand it down to the actor. They did an amazing job with like handling the different emotions of this episode. But the look on their face when Rhaenyra turns around, it was like, I'm gonna fucking kill all of you.
I'm gonna burn everything.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, I'm with it, dude. I'm
with it.
Like, take it all.
I think Ahbi said it best. Honestly, this whole season was about control. Or like, the idea of losing control, where a lot of these men are all focused on gaining control, and the women of the show are worried about losing control, of not having that control. And this entire episode, the last episode of this season, it's Rhaenyra trying to keep everyone calm and remain in control, right? And she's trying to master her emotions, make sure everybody doesn't lose their shit, right? But that last scene where she turns to the camera, no control. But it's just like, nah, I'm done.
It just seemed pure rage.
I'm going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I think that to me was it. Like that was the entire season in one look. It's just like, if I'm in control, whatever. If I lose control, whatever. Yeah. I just want everyone.
I just want death. Yeah.
Everything changes.
Yeah.
Like her restraint is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and they do a good job of like demonstrating that the fact that she actually has restraint, right, within this episode. Like when everyone else is, especially Damian, is saying, "We got to go to war. We got to assemble our army. We got to do this, and this," and she's like, "Whoa, let's take it easy. Let's take it easy. Yeah, take it easy."
Oh wait.
You know, I think it was a great thing, and not to mention like Damian. God, Matt Stone, he's just so damn good. His walk in with it, like you could tell, like the look on his face was just like they didn't even need to say anything, right? But their physicality, the music, and everything that goes along with it, it all is like so well supported, and you're just like, you really feel for her. I'm solid in Black Team. I'm solid Rhaenyra camp.
Black Team's there.
100%.
Yeah. I'm switching up. After this, dude. That's the thing. I feel bad for Allison. I feel bad for Rhaenyra, but dude, Allison's kids are such shitters.
Fuck them, so much, dude. It's so awful. All both of them.
Yeah, at least Rhaenyra's kid, like the first one, I forgot his name, but the eldest, who's gonna be like after her. At least he's kind of like he's like I gotta be a good king because a king does these things, and he's trying to be a good person.
Yeah, taught them well, like that's the thing too. But it's also like they are also don't have full Targaryen blood.
No,
so maybe that's why they're good. Yeah. Maybe
I don't know, man. Like that Strong family, that's a pretty messed up family. Like they're half strong, half Targaryen.
Yeah.
You know. I think the biggest thing is that like while you feel bad for Allison and you feel bad for her and you want her to like not be messed up from this, everybody around her is just such a shithead. Like especially like her father, Clubfoot, Sir Christian, all of them are just like whack, dude. Like they're just not good. Neither's Damian, but like you know, it's Matt Stone. Right? I want to see him on screen.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing though. Like this when we're talking about that stare from Rhaenyra of her basically getting rid of her restraints and losing control. The same thing with Alicent. Like that look that she gives when I'm forgetting her name, or Viserys or
Rhaenyra.
Rhaenys,
yeah.
So many, yeah. So Rhaenys, when she flies away on that dragon in that scene, because everything was going smoothly. Like she's being crowned the king. She's in control, and then that dragon literally bursts out from the scenes, and you can see in that exchange, like, I'm not gonna kill you, but you have to understand that you fucked up.
Yeah.
And then she flies away. Like that's her looking at the scene and be like, yeah, I don't have any control in this. Even when I take control, I don't have it.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely love Otto Hightower's reaction when he sees the dragon. Like when everyone else is panicking, he's like, "Open the door! Open the door!"
He's like, oh!
He doesn't want to get burned alive, dude. You know, he's just begging for like, keep the door open. You know, because like that's a fact. You know, if they did lock Rhaenys in again, she was gonna kill every single one of them. So he was smart and he knew that. He knew that like if she wasn't given an exit window, an off ramp, they're all dead. They're all fucking dead.
Yeah. She would have toasted them.
Bye. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also really enjoyed the crowning scene for Rhaenyra. In comparison, it seemed it was weird because like I mean, they're doing a really good job of putting Rhaenyra on the back foot right now, especially in comparison to like public perception and everything. The fact that like you know as we were previously talking about, how like Aegon has like this gigantic, in the Dragon Hall like ceremony, and she has a tiny one on top of like a little hill right after she's like cremating her little baby, right? That was in her stomach. It was such, oddly enough, like I felt so much more for like Rhaenyra in that situation.
Dude,
like
beautiful scene.
It was.
That music, man.
Woo.
Oh my god. The score in this is so good. That main theme they have. Oh,
yeah.
That's beautiful, dude.
Dude, just fantastic. What's it? Ramin Djawadi? I think he did some video game music too.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's like this Iranian composer.
Beautiful.
Word.
What else did he do? He's done a lot of stuff.
For sure.
I like how they also had like the Erickson twin come up and like give the crown and be like, I'm pledging myself. I don't remember exactly what he said, but whatever he said, it was just really well thought out and really well composed, like written.
Yeah.
It was very
poetic.
It was so like that whole scene was just beautiful. It was so beautiful.
Well, I think it hit different, right? Because the scene where Aegon's crowned, like it's forced because the whole situation is forced. It's
literally,
not real.
yeah.
It's not really the king. But this is a very organic thing that's happening. It's not like a forced thing where they're arranging this to take place. This man is willingly giving himself to Rhaenyra as the rightful heir to the throne.
Right.
They're all willingly being with her. So even though it's like 12 people, it's 12 people who are loyal and actually giving fealty to a person who should have the throne.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I felt like
it's like true allegiance. It's not just people just being there, It's not like performative,
Yeah.
Like they're doing that just because they're like, oh, we got to do this quick so everyone knows it's in their heads. Know,
Right.
it's propaganda at best.
Literally,
Yeah.
That's exactly
like Rhaenyra's scene was like powerful, dude. It's like she wants to be there. She like truly like she's taking control of her duty, and it's such a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's like Aemon, dude, like just like or Aegon, just such a fucker, dude. Like first you find out that like. Well, he's like assaulted the maid. You go to that, and then like he's just out in the town doing whatever. Like he's literally running away.
Right.
And you're gonna make this dude like might as well just have made it Aemond at that point.
Yeah.
At least there's someone who like
wants
you can see has given a shit.
Yeah.
Like
a lot.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to put Aegon on the throne, especially like he just has bastards like in the city. Like he just has them like.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be an issue.
We're talking about that. We're like Eric and Eric come in. It's like he has kids everywhere. Like that kid. That shit was hilarious.
It's like God damn, bro.
Like you can spot him.
There's just a whole bunch of sea blonde people. Like, how did that happen? But I did
like the twins too. Just like Eric and Eric were super interesting. I love how Eric shows up with the crown in this episode too.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Kneels down, gives that speech. Right after that, allowing there's this. I feel like they do a really great job with the scene. Right, they're all around the war table, around the war council. Right, and it's the first time that Rhaenyra, in her life, she's been waiting for this terrible day to happen, where it's like your dad died, you're in charge, right? And now, she's in charge and she has to take care of a pretty big problem, which is somebody usurping her birthright, right? And there's just this silence where it's like, how do you do this? You really feel like she's like,
where do we go from here?
yes.
Yeah.
What's our situation? So start asking questions. I think how they handled her, kind of getting comfortable in the role of leading was really, really interesting. And the fact that she's not just going headstrong like I think Aemon would do, or even Daemon would do it if they had the crown, but she's doing it in a way where it's like, I don't know everything, so I'm just going to start asking questions until I can make a better assumption of what the situation looks like.
Let's be tactful.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional on Rhaenyra's part, but that's certainly how it unfolded as the episode went through.
Well, you can definitely tell that she is Viserys' daughter, because that's something that I think Viserys would do, where it's let me, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Let me just ask questions and see what to do, right?
Yeah.
She's definitely a bit more assertive than Viserys. I don't think he would be as active, but I mean that. Just her being so less hot-headed than Damien shows, like, yeah, you definitely have his temperament of, like, trying to assess everything rather than go straight to war. You know?
But she also knew, like, the steps she had to take, like, just the way she started talking to everyone, like, immediately, like, dude, like, that. Also, like, the point of the show, like, that's the question was asked, like, is she gonna become queen or not? Like, she deserves it. Like, from the first episode, it's like, I know it's been so fast-paced, but it also feels slow-paced when it's like, I thought Viserys was gonna die a long time ago. I thought we were gonna get to this, like, her being queen, like, that question a long time ago. And it's just cool that it's taken this long, but where we're at now, like, all the pieces are turning, and I love, like, how they pace this whole season now.
What do you guys think as far as, like, Aemond? Because he's got a whole long-ass ride back to find out, like, to figure out what to say. Like, is he gonna? Do you guys think he's gonna stand by it and be like, yeah, I killed him, yeah, I murdered him, or do you think he's gonna be like, it wasn't me?
You guys seen Hereditary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember when he knocks off Charlie's head? Yep. I feel like it's gonna be like that. He's just gonna go home, say nothing, and then shit's gonna pop.
What happened? What happened? I was asleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like you see the regret too. Like instantly, he's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't mean it to go this far. Like, I just wanted an eye.
Yeah. I wanted to scare him. You know?
Like, what's wrong with you?
Like, let it go, man.
You gotta.
There, it looks sick.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. You are something else. You are something else, sir.
That's what's interesting too, because like I thought Aemond was kind of restrained, you know, in general, and he's like restrained with his family for sure.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to like, he's a kid. You know?
But it's just crazy you're doing that in someone else's castle, you know?
Yeah.
Where
Who's that Baratheon,
like,
right?
Yeah, the Baratheon king, and the dude's just like, hey.
Not here.
Take
it outside.
And he's like, hey, ain't no way, yo, I want all the smoke. What you doing?
Dude.
From this king? Like, that's a terrible look, dog.
Exactly. He's like, dude, can someone escort this kid? Like, please.
Like,
make sure he's safe.
This kid's violent. Yo, get him on the dragon.
No, he was like, oh no, he's fine. He'll be good. He'll be good.
Yeah.
Gets murdered. Next scene. Gets murdered.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
All
in all, like I really gotta say, I overall I'd say out of 10, I'd probably give it an 8.5. Like such a solid season, and I think what it did a really good job of is it sets the bedrock for the rest of the series to unfold in a proper like kind of pace, right? I feel like they might slow down. I'd be really kind of surprised.
I think so too.
I'd be kind of surprised if they keep doing time jumps, but I think that was what episode 8, at the end of episode 8, and then 9 and 10 ultimately are meant to represent, is that you're at a different pace now, right? Whereas before we're just trying to catch you up on the story and why pretty much everything is happening when it's happening, right? But to have it like that now, we're like, okay, this is one day, literally one day later, the king dies, stuff happening over here, stuff's happening over here. I really like the fact that they kind of unfolded it the way they did. Obviously, the casting is a little bit of an issue, but you know
that, I don't even think about that anymore.
It's not overly distracting unless you literally are thinking about it. So Christian, please give the man some makeup in the next season. That's all I want.
Yeah, bro.
I will give it a 9.
That's it.
Yeah.
Give him like a white streak.
Like, yeah.
That's it. That's all I need.
Give him
that's literally all you have to do.
Give him the Reed Richards like gray streaks. Boom. You're good to go. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So 8.5. What about you guys? What do you rate this season overall?
Yeah, I think 8.5 too. It's like just the way they're going. Like it feels like the prequel season. I have like my gripes here and there, but it also just feels like a first season of something, and they're like testing out the waters. Like the last 3 episodes felt so confident. Like you know, just going into season 2, they know what they're doing. Yeah. And like it's only gonna get better from here. Like there's no way. Yeah. But 8.5 for me for sure.
Yeah, I think it's a solid score. I'm probably gonna the same for me. Yeah, no, this season, not gonna lie, it started off kind of wonky. Like it's good, but it definitely had its missteps. And like Ahbi said, it was a new show. It's trying to find the footing, especially with the pressure of continuing where the last show ended. Like I can understand the expectations that are placed on the show, but yeah, these last couple episodes they just really knocked it out the park. Yeah, it's genuinely great. So yeah, I'm just really excited for season 2, which should be coming out in like 10 years?
Yeah, exactly. That sounds about right, dude. Dude, they're gonna make sure Christian naturally ages.
There you go. There you go. That's why they're doing it. They ain't got the budget to do it.
Let's go with this. Here we go.
For real, dude.
Sweet. Yo, dude, this has been such a fun series to do. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day and being down to record these sessions. It's been a lot of fun. If you guys,
That's awesome, man.
Which team are you guys ultimately landing on? We all said that we're on Team Black. If you're on Team Black, leave a like. If you're on Team Green, comment down below. This is Talk Dragon to me. I'm Eddie. That's Ahbi. That's Fumbah. And we'll see you guys later. Peace.
Later.
Great. All right.
Hey, subscribe.
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 Do it. Just do it.